So this phone launched in October 2021 and I'm going to give you two hints, and if you're a Xiaomi fan or if you follow tech in general, you should be able to guess it. So hint number one, this Xiaomi phone has the absolute worst name ever. I'm not even kidding, the absolute worst. Comment below if you've already guessed it. Hint number two, this Xiaomi phone was the lightest and the slimmest phone when it launched back in 2021. Comment below if you've already guessed it. I'm going to give you a few seconds to comment. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The phone I'm talking about is the Xiaomi 11 Lite NE 5G. Yeah, like I said, the worst name ever, but this is still an interesting phone in 2023. First of all, the biggest doubt right now when it comes to older phones is if it supports 5G and if it has all the 5G bands in India. The Xiaomi 11 Lite NE 5G has 12 5G bands, and that includes 7 of the 5G bands supported in India. Only one band is missing. The band missing is the N28 band, which has low speed but wider range, and that is something you will probably use in rural areas. Second doubt with older phones is updates. Now, an interesting fact about the 11 Lite NE 5G is that this was one of the first phones from Xiaomi to have a promise of 3 major Android updates and 4 years of security patches, which is pretty incredible for a mid-range phone. Now, the phone is on MIUI 13 on top of Android 12, which is the latest update in India when it comes to Xiaomi phones, and it will go to Android 14 just like the new Xiaomi phones. Now, these factors apart, there are 2 big reasons why I think this phone still makes a lot of sense. So this is a phone that launched at rupees 25,999 back in 2021, and right now this is available for rupees 22,000, and it goes even lower with sales and offers, and that is a pretty good price for this phone. Now, the reason number 2 is that this phone under 25k brings some really good specs and features. I mean, here are all its specs, and 2 things really stand out. One is the fact that it's way slimmer and way lighter compared to almost every other phone in this price segment. I mean, 6.8mm slim, 158 grams. Yeah, this is great. Not just numbers, this is the phone, and this is probably one of the best looking Xiaomi phones of the recent past. It's super sleek, it's very lightweight, and it just feels right in the hands. Not big or bulky at all. See, I've always been into phones that are compact and kind of perfect in size, and this is it. The second thing that stands out in terms of specs is the Snapdragon 778G chipset. Look, most phones under 25k, be the Realme 10 Pro Plus or the Redmi Note 12 Pro, come with the Dimensity 1080 chipset, and Dimensity 1080 is good, but the 778G is just better. These are the Antutu scores, and you can obviously see the difference. The 778G even beats the 1080 in the Geekbench CPU tests. Just look at the multi-core scores. Even in GPU tests, there's no beating 778G. So yeah, 778G is better, and even in CPU throttling tests, you can see the highest scores of this chipset. Now, it's not just benchmarks. If you guys follow us, watch our videos, you know that 778G is probably the most consistent, reliable chipset Qualcomm has made in the recent past. Also, if you don't follow us, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you like our videos. Anyway, Snapdragon chipsets also have the added advantage of better community support with custom ROMs and also Gcam mods. Plus, the Xiaomi 11 Lite NE is a phone that I've used in the past, and it was smooth to use back in the day, and it's the same today. Gaming is great. High-end games like Apex work almost flawlessly, I'd say, on this phone, and same with other games like Asphalt. Now, I know there are other phones with Snapdragon 778G in this whole under 25k price range, like the iQOO Z6 Pro and the Moto Edge 30, but I prefer the Xiaomi 11 Lite NE over both of these phones. Let me tell you why. See, it has a better design compared to the iQOO phone. It's lighter, it's slimmer, I like it, and it has better cameras compared to the Edge 30. I mean, I took some comparison photos from the 11 Lite NE and the Edge 30, and the 11 Lite just takes more attractive photos, be it in daytime or low light. Yeah, it's pretty apparent in these photos which camera is better, right? Now, you must be wondering, these features are fine, good, but this is an old phone back from 2021, so the other features might have some cut downs, right? Well, let's find out. You know what? Let's bring back the specs again. So the first thing missing is a 120Hz refresh rate, but is it a big deal? I'm not so sure. I say that because the 90Hz display is very smooth on the 11 Lite NE, and this display is high-end too. Like the new Note 12 Pro phones, this is a 10-bit AMOLED panel with Dolby Vision support, so movies and shows look absolutely beautiful. And it's also bright enough outdoors at 800 nits, so I don't think this display is a deal breaker. Now, it has all the other features. It has a micro SD slot, it has the IP53 rating, it has stereo speakers on board, but there's one thing missing, and that's the headphone jack. As for the cameras, I already showed you how it does versus the Edge 30, but it also has a 5-megapixel macro camera, not a useless 2-megapixel camera. It also has 4K video recording and a high-res front camera, as you can see. Now, one area where the Xiaomi 11 Lite NE 5G kind of falls short is on the battery and charging. I mean, 4250 mAh battery and 33-watt charging on the 11 Lite is actually not bad, but yeah, the truth is the battery is not the best on this phone. Look, all said and done, in the Android smartphone market, inflation is moving way faster than innovation. And that's the reason why an older smartphone from Xiaomi like this one is still making a lot of sense. I mean, inflation is the reason why the price to specs ratio is just getting messed up. And it's not just about Xiaomi, the same is happening with Realme, Samsung, OnePlus. Now, you're probably wondering, I can't say the same about iQOO or Motorola, but these are brands that have become prominent only in the last couple of years, so it's still very early days for them. Now, I want to know from you guys, which other older phones still make sense in 2023? Comment down below and don't say Nokia 3310, although I think that still makes sense. Thanks for watching, see you in the next one.